Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
And you rap for those who don't know.
Master Ace. You are now rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Press 5 now. How you check Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't fuck strange music, dude.
So I don't sweat people. Basically, it's not my nature. I mean, I do occasionally reach out. I take my chance because you always have to play the game. In general, women, you have to kind of reach out to them. You know what I mean? Like, you might have a lot of groupies that'll holler at you, but as a man, the way society is, you do need to approach women.
Yeah.
So I do approach women. If a woman is a type that I'm attracted to, I'll approach her. But if I don't get a reaction that I want, which is a reaction of mutual respect,
Then you're out.
exactly, and I'll let them know they can go fuck themselves. You know what I mean? Like not always, but I'm saying if the interaction don't go the way it goes, I'll turn it into a different kind of interaction.
Yeah.
It might be a friendly, nice interaction. I want to fuck with you interaction. But when your disrespect comes towards me, I treat people how they treat me.
Yeah.
If you show me respect, you get nothing but respect. Excuse me. But if you disrespect me, I'm going to come at you with a disrespectful nature. You know what I'm saying? And then if a person wants beef, then I'm down for that too. You know what I mean? If they want to take it up that level. I'm not looking for that. You know what I mean? I'm always looking to do something positive for Necro, to build the brand, make shit good. I'm always looking to get with the girl so I can fuck her and we can cuddle. It's always positive. Make money, do good things.
Yeah.
But not everybody clicks with you. Some people just clash with everything you're about. Their whole style, their whole attitude. It either don't like you for a reason because they're jealous, or they're clashing because their morals are different. And then you come across them people. And listen, there's a lot of people in the world, so you're going to probably clash with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Think about it. A lot of people talk shit about Damon Dash. He's a dick. He's this, he's that. He clashes with a lot of fucking people. But he also fucking is the reason Jay-Z's where he is now.
Facts.
So it's kind of like you can diss the man and talk shit about the guy. But Jay-Z would not be where he is. If you took Dame Dash out of the equation, you would not have the same Jay-Z that you have today.
Yeah.
You understand? Because he was willing to deal with 100 people and get 10 of them to fuck with Jay-Z. Maybe 90 people he had to scream on.
I
They clashed with him.
Curious too, not to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
You mentioning Dame, and you being from Brooklyn, you would have witnessed firsthand kind of the whole come up of Jay-Z from, like, you know, the In My Lifetime, Can I Get Open, that shit, up into, you know, what he ended up becoming. Like, you must have seen all that firsthand.
I was never a huge fan of Jay-Z musically because when Jay-Z first came out, Jay-Z came out part of Original Flavor, and he was like, the diggity, 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 biggity, biggity, bit.
Yeah.
So I wasn't blown away by that. And then the second time you end up, if you're an underground head, the second time you end up seeing Jay-Z prominently after that is on the Bobbito and Stretch freestyle when he runs a Big L over the Milk Bone beat.
Yeah.
And I was more of a Big L fan at the time. Jay-Z hadn't really blown up. So if you compare Big L to Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z's also rapping a little figgity flow. I'm flossing. I didn't like floss rap at the time. I loved Biggie when Biggie came out with Party and Bullshit because he was more thugged out and the beat was underground. And I liked that. But I hated what Puffy did with him. I didn't like the, we love you, Big Papa. I thought that was commercial music.
Yeah.
And I was underground. I was coming from an underground stance where we didn't really fuck with commercial. You wouldn't hear a Bobbito and Stretch radio show play the commercial Puffy shit from these type of guys. He would play the party. They would play the Party and Bullshit. That was the culture. So Jay-Z was leaning more towards commercial culture when he came out. For instance, see, I break everything down. It's a little bit different back then. I'm not like that now, but music ain't like that now because I'm older. But at that point, I was nitpicking every fucking piece. So one of Jay-Z's first thing that he blew up with is doom, 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 doom. I already thought, oh, well, he kind of just jacked EPMD. Why did he jack the EPMD shit?
Yeah.
Like at that time, I didn't look at it like, oh, it's okay to just take some shit from someone else. To me, I thought that was like kind of corny, like he's ripping off. And then he's not really rapping better than EPMD. Even though that blew up way bigger,
Yeah.
I'm watching it as it dropped. I'm thinking that's not really better than EPMD. So what is this? And then it's annoying me that it's doing well because I'm like, EPMD ain't really popping now. Why is this guy who's not as good as EPMD taking their shit and doing better than them with it? That kind of annoyed me in my mind frame as a young necro. I'm like, yo, this is annoying to me. So, and then Jay-Z's putting out a lot of stuff like Jigga Jigga, bounce baby, bounce baby. That sounded a lot like Jermaine Dupri shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bow Wow shit. And I thought that was atrocious. I didn't like it. I like if you were a real hip hop head, you didn't like Criss Cross. You understood why Criss Cross blew up.
Yeah.
But you didn't like it though. It
Like
was
the
considered
Vanilla
whack.
It's like the Vanilla Ice thing too.
Right. That shit
Yeah.
was considered whack at that time. So
Yeah.
like Jay-Z was doing stuff that I didn't really like, really. Like I knew he might have been ill. I thought the Dead President's track was cool. But as I'm hearing the Dead President's track, I'm loving Illmatic. So I'm not like, am I converted to this guy over Nas? Nah. I thought Nas was phenomenal. I thought Jay-Z was just a dude that was decent, sampling Nas, rapping a lot about cars and shit, like that kind of shit. I got that it was drug dealer shit, trust me, because I was a drug dealer at the time.
Yeah.
But I had listened to Scarface from Ghetto Boys do drug dealer rap. And I liked Scarface's version of it better.
Scarface is like one of the most vivid lyricists ever, so it's like.
But he was doing a lot of drug dealer rap, sampling Scarface and shit, and I liked the way he did it.
Yeah.
And so back then, you choose who you liked. Some people you liked, some people you didn't like. Jay-Z was not my favorite rapper, but I noticed a lot of people loved him. So I was like, okay, maybe it's because he's a little more easy to digest. He's lyrical, but he has a commercial element. And I noticed people that weren't hip-hop heads on the level I was, they were more casual. They always loved Jay-Z. So I knew, this dude Jay-Z appeals to these casual listeners. And the ones who are underground, we're more about maybe a Big L, and not even Big L at the time, more G-Rap and that.
Yeah.
But I liked Big L because the thing that turned me on to those guys was first, they were in a group called 8 Is Enough. And they had rapped over this drum break. And that either Lord Finesse or Showbiz produced, and they were all rapping, all 8 of them. And that was a time frame where dudes weren't trying to be commercial. Like, motherfuckers weren't going out of their way to say, I need to make a major label record. These dudes were just putting out joints. And if you were underground, you always loved those more. Like, if you listen to Fat Joe, you're going to fuck with Fat Joe. But the shit that I love the most about Fat Joe is like the song that he did with Apache and Kool G Rap. You must be out your fucking mind.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Come over here. Like that. Like I liked the most fucked up shit from people, the darkest underground shit. And then other people were all about the most commercial shit.
Yeah.
So if I fucked with Biggie, it would have been his most underground shit I would fuck with.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't like when he did Unbelievable because I didn't understand at the time, why are you sampling R. Kelly? That's commercial sounding. That doesn't sound hard. It sounded to me soft. Unbelievable. You understand? I get now. If you listen to it now, it aged. Yo, that's a hot Primo beat. But at the time when I heard it, I didn't understand. I was like, my brain from Jump was brainwashed into obscure samples, obscure and dark, and trying to bring what I was influenced by metal and liking serial killer culture. How do I turn that into my hip hop version?